Hard times hit, don't bug. Stay 10 toes close, and I bet you gon' win. Win, win, win.
You guys are rocking it in the neighborhood, so we're gonna leave you with a look at all the latest legends.
Up next, the 2K Sports pregame show. "2K Sports presents the NBA. David, he's come a long way. Thank you. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Sunday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Washington Wizards. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Kemba Walker is out there with Marcus Smart. Then there's Jeremy Grant. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jordan in at the center. And for Detroit, John Collins is out there with Parker. Then it's Evan Fournier, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. The Pistons on offense.
You could see it in that game, despite the odds going against them. Once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win.
We see that a lot with so-called underdogs. I mean, the longer they hang around, the more dangerous they get, especially in overtime.
And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Outside, George, the 11-footer, now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year. With the injuries, you don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early, because when the for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the bucket by the Jazz. Shot by Collins, no good.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Smart wide open, he fires. Second shot opportunity. Gobert with the block. Now here's Fournier. Utah with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one. For the Utah Jazz, they won their last contest, that game against Seattle. Smart against Fournier. On the wing, George. Clock at 6. A miss that time would have put him up. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower. Probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players and switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
Jazz have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And they take the lead. Grant's got his 2nd bucket.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. On the line, and the jumper falls for him.
It's all about the tail of the tape right there. His size advantage makes that jump shot easy pickings.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Smart passes to Jordan. Fournier against Smart. From deep, Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Now Walker. There's the triple. But they get it back. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, from what we've been watching with the Jazz, what are you guys seeing out there?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
They've got Gobert, Fournier out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's John Collins, and it's Parker in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And George kicks to Walker. Pops it up for Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Dinwiddie. Misses off the right iron. Jazz leading by 4. Passes it to Walker. And here is Jordan. Outside, Walker. The shot's good on the assist by George. 6 points for Kemba Walker.
And during his first few seasons, this wasn't a strength of Walker's. Now he's a problem from there.
Dinwiddie against Smart. Teardrop shot. A rebound by the Jazz.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
They were flat out sniping from deep. They look very comfortable pulling the trigger on the road.
Count it, good. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
Now, here's Collins. Parker finds Dinwiddie. Off the run. Good on the 3-point shot. Dinwiddie's got 7 points in the game.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
And here's Smart. After Spencer Dinwiddie getting his shot to go from deep. Back to Walker from past the arc. Utah gets it back. The shot misses. Pistons trail by 6. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Collins passes to Parker. Dinwiddie outside. Here's Collins, and then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
This is the attitude Parker plays with. Someone who's very willing to give it up to his open guys.
And Walker kicks to Jordan. Outside, Walker lobs it up for Jordan. It's stolen by Gobert.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Count it. Walker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Grant against Dinwiddie. Feeds to Collins. Over Walker. Shot by Collins, no good.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range. Just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
And so it's the Utah Jazz. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back.
Utah found themselves in a close game in the first. They were unable to ever build a... Man, that's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
So on the floor for Utah, they've got Paul George. Jordan is out there with Jeremy Grant. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Smart in at the 2. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Here's Fournier, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Beautiful dime from Parker. I mean, a team player who you can depend on to make the right play.
Walker looking for an opening. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Walker's shot is off. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 6-point game. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Gobert with it, and there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Dinwiddie right side. And the rejection by Jordan.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan. Just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Well, like the Clippers of a year ago, they look like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Barmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Now here's Walker. He's got 10. Jordan the pass to George. Back to Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, George. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Smart finds Jordan. Walker against Dinwiddie. Walker's shot is off.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Parker dishes to Fournier. The shot that time, not on target. So Utah will take it the other way. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. In the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. George against Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George. Detroit shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Walker. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is right on target. Walker's got the lead up to 11 now for the Jazz. And so it's Utah holding on to an 11-point cushion as we... And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
Man, we got to get down and get engaged until this.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Gobert is out there with John Collins. Then it's Jabari Parker. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Shot by Collins, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
George against Parker. And George kicks to Walker. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And the Jazz lead by 13.
Well, that's a shot that Walker has made throughout his career. He continues to do damage from this end.
Walker against Dinwiddie. Stolen by Grant. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Smart.
Like a freight train running downhill, Smart, unstoppable in the open court.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Detroit Pistons. After trying to free himself up, Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The first one falls.
And you look back at that 2013 draft, just call it the year of the sleeper Euros. Giannis Antetokounmpo taken 15th, and this guy, Rudy Gobert, selected with the 27th pick.
Now, here's Walker. And yes, it's good.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Fournier against Smart. It's Fournier on the wing. To the middle. Here's Collins. And Grant sends it back. They get it back. The shot's good from Fournier.
He doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
And, you know, Greg, hindsight always being 20/20. The Greek Freak and Gobert probably go first and second in that 2013 draft.
Yeah, and Steven Adams probably top 4. The common thread, all of them play a hard-nosed style, not something that's always associated with foreign-born players, but they're erasing that perception.
Dinwiddie against Walker. Dinwiddie outside. Parker against George. Takes the 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Jazz leading by 15.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Utah.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kemba Walker.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Gobert pulls it in. The feed to Fournier. Good work defensively by Smart.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Oh, man, you just want to go find some place to hide, man. It's almost impossible to miss that.
Outside, Walker. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.